Forgive our mess, but this is baby's room and we're moving. Anyway, the lock mechanism, you just pull this out and you can easily lift that. But to close it, you need to pull this back to lock it. It stops here. You can't swing it the other way. And there's nothing to stop the bottom. But it's sturdy in the door. Oh, I pulled really hard, much harder than a baby would. But this is super narrow. The door itself is super narrow. This is a pretty standard bin. And it takes up the whole amount of space almost. There's only that much left.
To kind of secure it a little bit better, as you can see, I added on the ends just so, you know, if you ever want to go to Home Depot, just to help, you know, keep it from wobbling. And here you go. Here's this again. I'm telling you, when I first got this thing, I hated it. It was like, you know, I wasn't impressed by it because like me and my son would go through here and it would kind of waddle or just like come off sometimes. And this is everything that it came with. So I was like, well, what am I doing wrong? It just wasn't that secure to me. So now that I have this, it's a lot more sturdy. You know, if your kids are running through or a lot of traffic, it doesn't move as much. So as you can see, it's still kind of, you know, but that has made a tremendous difference. So I'm okay with it now because it's too late to take it back. But trust me, it was not. You can kind of see I'm giving you what it is. Like, look how, but this has helped a little bit, you know. So that's what I would suggest based on my experience. I bought it months and months ago. Just hadn't gone to Home Depot. Hope you can see that. But that's what I had to get. Or what you could do, you know, is I would recommend taking this piece, this actual piece to Home Depot and getting the bolts that way if you know, you don't understand what this is. So that's my suggestion.
There seems to be some confusion about whether this gate is a purely pressure-mounted system or if you can use screws to mount it to, in this case, a door jamb. In this configuration, it's a purely pressure-mounted system. The rubber feet butt up against the door jamb on both sides and below. This is fine for application in this current configuration in this doorway, whereby if a kid pushes it down, not much can happen to him other than a few bumps and bruises. But in a safety critical application, such as at the top of the stairs, you would want to use the plastic cups and screws supplied to hold the gate much more securely. The screw goes through the hole and into the wood or stud and prevents the gate from being pulled down and toppling. Here the plastic cup is installed and the rubber foot inserted into it. The gate is much more secure, not as likely to collapse and allow a toddler to fall downstairs. The installation kit comes with 4 plastic cups and screws, as well as directions on how to properly mount the plastic cups. You would obviously not want to go into drywall with these, preferring rather to go into a stud if you were going to mount at the top of stairs.
With this baby gate, your kid is going nowhere. We have had this for almost 2 years now, and it has been an amazing purchase. It also comes with an extender, which we personally didn't need, but that is great to have. Going to unlock here, swings open. The best part is it does have this little double enforcer down at the bottom. So even if you unhook the latch, it's still not going to open until that little tab has also been swung upwards. This has been an amazing purchase. Our daughter is now 2.5 and we have a son on the way, so this will be in place for quite a while and we have the full amount of trust in it. Definitely recommend 5 out of 5 stars.
Okay, so I've seen reviews that say that it's hard to open this with one hand, but really it isn't. There you go, one hand. Close it again. Easy. There you go. If you want to close it, you can just push it down. Not as easy as the old model, but not hard either. Just have to get used to it.
So this is the baby gate that we have in the doorway of my daughter's bedroom. It is pretty tall. I did have it pressured onto the door frame. Bless you. And she's been shaking it, does not come loose. Like you would really have to pull it. But I did this so that way I could still close her bedroom door, and it still has it. And I did keep the extending piece just for if we move again and we have to add to extend it. It would go pretty wide.
I'm not going to get on it, I know, because you're not supposed to do that for the first couple of days.